Hi, let's talk.
And for the success of the family in the future. Most of them want, the instant gratification of, I want to see you though today. I want you to blow my back out. You know what I mean?
Wait. Wait.
Bruh. Welcome.
That still hits.
This is not your average Joe's on a Thursday. We're all chilling. Everyone's relaxed. Welcome, man. This is me, Mystic Moose, your boy King, and your other boy, the Duke. We're coming at you live on a Thursday, just relaxing, chilling, catching up. I'm back in eggs. I'm hungry. I'm not gonna lie. This is the last meal of the day. Gotta get the protein in. You know how it is. What are you guys saying? Are you drinking a protein shake as well?
Oh, yeah, I'm hitting the gym. Wow. I'm hitting the gym later on. I just finished my avocado sandwich.
Bro, see, I named this stream correctly. It's called pre-workout talks. Insane. Perfect, man. But what you guys been up to anyway?
Before I leave, so
just make sure the food digests quick.
Busy.
And you're good.
Yeah.
Busy, what you guys saying?
Weeks. School, work, money to be made.
Money have to be made. Money have to be made. I understand. Wait, are those? Oh, okay, pistachio. I thought those cashews. I was like, yes, cashew is the life.
It's a bit more on higher level than cashew.
It's true. It's true. It's higher level because it requires higher effort. That's why.
Yeah. That's that work.
Man's expending calories to eat his food. Like we're still in the jungle.
The ones without the shells, boy, it's just not the same. It just doesn't feel the same.
Part of the gratification comes from opening that shell.
Yeah.
Nah, screw these other nuts, the cashews and the peanut. Nah, man, too easy to eat. But let's not get started on the walnut. The walnut is the hardest one. Can't even open it with our bare hands.
I don't even think I enjoy it.
I don't either. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, man, what you guys been up to this weekend?
No allergy, folks,
Where's my boy JJ?
They can't be in the same room.
Only one guy comes to mind, my boy JJ. I know. Imagine you're getting brought.
No, listen, my mom, she loved nuts. She likes all types of that pause.
Yo. Nah.
Yeah, someone clip that.
Listen, I had to look at the mirror to look at myself, to look back at you.
She ate different types of.
No, don't do it.
Let's stop. But like 3-4 years ago, she lost tolerance, and she started.
Listen, guys. Remember the premise. Remember the premise, guys. And then this makes sense.
Man said menopause. She lost the tolerance.
No, it's just she's not. She didn't hit that. She's now allergic. She's now allergic to peanuts. So it's sad for her. She enjoyed them a lot, but now she can't enjoy it.
That's deep, man.
Well, let's move on from that.
I hate how your body can just switch up like that.
Right, and it can happen to any of us. So
100.
Keep enjoy it while it lasts.
Exactly. Like I know people in milk when they get to a certain age, cheese, dairy. I know when people get to a certain age, it just they can't even eat pizza no more. Peak. Or you gotta take pills. Or you gotta eat pills. You have to take pills to eat pizza. Bruh.
Fucking stuff. It's worth it. It's worth it.
It is worth it. You remember at uni?
Domino's.
When we used to order like 4
Hey.
No, but listen. If you guys look at the thumbnail, me, King, and the Duke used to bag Domino's pizzas like 4 at a time, and look how skinny you were. Insane.
That thinking brain.
Solid.
But bro, uni had you stressed. Yeah, uni had you stressed, so you end up losing weight just by thinking. It was crazy.
Eating all our money.
Yeah. 100%. The 2 for Tuesdays, not taking it back. It was too good. But wait, so we had a few things to chat about today. I think off the top of my head, well, we were going to recap about our boy Andrew anyway. When I say our boy, but I'm just saying in general, our boy Andrew in jail right now.
No, we don't claim
being detained due to the Romanian government and the system. That is therefore. Do you reckon? Wait, guys, quick one. Fair trial, unfair trial. What are you saying?
1 sec. My audio's acting up.
Hashtag. Do you think it's all following due process?
To an extent, yeah. I think it's following a bit of due process, but
Yep.
He could have been released, obviously, because he'd have stayed in the country.
100.
He doesn't seem like a runner, because if he was a runner, he wouldn't have even
I'm a runner.
cooperated. He'd have just told the man them at the guards to just shoot.
Oh, true.
Light them up.
Wow.
Yeah, but
yeah,
it's mad, man. They could be following due process, man. It could be a political move on their end. It's hard to really tell.
Exactly. I think it's a bit of two. I think it's somewhere in the middle.
It's a 1-2. Both could be true at the same time. So
yeah,
who knows, man? Or both could be lies at the same time. They're not following due process, and it's not a political move.
Exactly. So either or could be true.
It's hard to know.
I think we've got to just wait for we're just waiting for more info to come out. Like I think every day something new comes out. Don't it? What's the bro? The King is literally up to date. Dude sends us videos into our group chat. We watch like on the regs. The furthest I got was his ex-girlfriend coming out again, saying that he wasn't. He's not like the claims, basically. Like as in whatever the media is claiming, trafficking, all of this stuff. He's saying his ex-girlfriend said she doesn't do it. Yeah, and he's got couple character witnesses as well. Like two women have gone on TV. They were labeled as victims, and then they were saying, "Why are we victims?" I'm like, "Yo."
They have some of the people who have tattoos of his name as well. So
exactly, and they said they did have respect for them. So those ones who were saying that they made all the women who worked for him get tattoos. That's that lie debunked.
Under duress.
Under duress, exactly. Force them to get it. I'm like, that's that lie debunked. But again, we still got a lot of evidence that he can get tried.
And just gave me step-by-step instructions on what to do to become a millionaire.
Yeah,
bro. I'd be inclined to get that name tattooed on me, but that's just me.
Oh,
as long as it's legal, right?
Well, yeah,
legal.
You gotta pay homage to where you gain your wealth, your blessings.
Fair enough. So, and I think everyone seen the Vice hit piece as well.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Vice hit piece.
That was hot. That was trash.
100%.
They could have done a better job.
And did you guys listen to the Satorio shooter when he spoke on it?
Oh yeah,
he was on the chat room when he spoke on it.
Is it that? Who's that again?
Andrew's manager, the bald guy, the one who was in the sports car. When they went to the sports car, he said,
"Oh, okay."
Like, any guy with the sports car wants to show it off. That scene, him. So basically,
Satorio shooter.
What happened is, he was basically saying that before even that scene,
they
were talking just off camera, and then the guy was telling him, "Oh, do you mind if we do the interview in your car?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, cool, let's do it in the car. Yeah, I don't mind." And then as the cameras roll on, as they go to the doors, this guy then says again, "Are we gonna do the interview in your car?" And then he looks at him like that's why he pauses in the actual thing, and he goes, "Yeah." Because he was like confused, because in his mind he was like, I thought we just spoke about this. Yeah. So they started noticing these little things this man was doing. Whenever he goes on camera, he acts like, they're hurting me. I'm frail. When the camera's off, he was like, oh, you guys are cool. I like what you're doing here. This event is really helping people. I see the good you're doing. And then when it comes to the doc, it's like hit piece. Like, and that's why Satorio got upset at the end of that interview.
Yeah.
Like, what about all the good?
Wait. They're not surprised. They all knew.
No, Tristan they knew. I'm saying like
the hypnotist knew, So it's like, I know the way they perform it as the host. He tried to direct the show to make it bedazzle, right? Imagine the same day the doc came out, that Vice episode came out of feminism or masculine, which one, whatever. They did the same thing. With just pearly things, right? They did the debate for a total of 6 hours, but ended up 45 minutes because they edited it out. Yeah, they edited out everything. Like, what do we expect from Vice?
Did you listen to the masculinity one? Yeah? Did you listen to the masculinity?
Yeah, that one too.
Is that the one?
Is that Black dude, bro? It's killing me, man. And then he said, what if you want someone to lick your booty hole or something? And I'm like, bro,
whoa.
What? And then the guys were like, how did you get there?
I had to make another account.
I'm looking at them.
Wait, was that the one with the is it the hood black guy that said that?
Yeah, I'm from the hood. Yeah. Who says that, bro? Who says that?
Because I thought, okay, I counted, okay, these people are straight, these people are gay. So I was like, okay. But then when he started talking more, I was just like, maybe you are gay too. Because what?
Bro, yeah, bro. He was really. And my guy went on the, but women. One of the guys was talking about how women are like flaky on dates and this, that, and the other. And then he goes, "But that's the power we held for so long, and now you get a taste of it." And I'm like, bro.
Wait, who said this?
The same black guy.
No, that same hood guy. Yeah, he
was easy, bro. He's mocking it. I'm like, what's wrong with you?
I need to watch it. I haven't had time.
I'm thinking, you're an African American. What power did you have back in the day? What are you talking about?
No sense, man. Like,
what power did you have back in the day?
The panel makes no sense. Like, even when they have the non-binary person, like, fair enough, if it was a discussion about, what is gender in general, then have the non-binary people on. But then it's a discussion about masculinity. This person doesn't identify with the masculine frame. They're non-binary.
Yeah, why?
They're fluid. So they could go into the masculine, into the feminine. So maybe that's why they had them on, because they could go into the masculine.
Maybe they could see it best of both worlds. Kind of thing.
But at the end of the day, I was just like, bro, this is a bit, it's a bit like, bring the trans.
No one really had a polar opposite argument. Everyone kind of agreed with each other. They just had little differences. But there was no polar opposite.
It's making the most sense. How is
the conservative one? Yeah,
the conservative one. Was making the most sense.
Wait, so tell me. What did he say? What did he say? If you don't mind,
he was masculine man.
He was more based.
He basically said, "I want my."
No. He wants a masculine man. He wants the. He's not one himself.
Yeah. He wants his masculine man to be masculine. Because he's more feminine, isn't it? So he's just saying, like, look, all my friends operate, in the gender roles.
That's a good point.
So
even among that community, they value masculine men. So having him on was actually useful to see. But the fact he was the only one that made more sense was funny.
I was like, what?
It's like it came from the wrong side.
What do you call it? The cowboy guy. He made some sense as well. The cowboy.
Yeah, it was more personal to him.
Yeah, because of his beliefs, but his tenets between
that hood guy really kind of like tripped me over. I was like,
bro,
unless I think some guys think, okay, you were brought up to be manly. Now you want to do the reverse because I guess it was toxic. I get it. Some people felt they were forced to believe that being like this, like being macho is what a man is. But I mean, I don't know, what does that look like if you want to fix it? Like, do you want to be more moist? I don't know what you.
You know what I say? This is what I say. Yeah, this is how I process emotion. Yeah, and people say, because some people have told me that I'm a bit, in terms of like, whenever I have discussions, or whatever, or like caring about stuff, I don't really care too much about stuff. Because I understand what I have to do and I just do it. If something doesn't go my way, it is what it is. If I work, they ask me to do something, I do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But this is how I see it, yeah. Will complaining or crying or any of that get me to to my goal any sooner?
Only if it's anger.
Bro, if it's not getting me anywhere, then I'm just like, bro, there's no point. I might as well just drop it here. Because I would sit here crying for like 5 minutes for what? For what?
How are you going to solve the problem?
Yeah, bro, it's not going to solve the problem. And then again, like, this is why, like, communication again between men and women is so hard sometimes. Is because men, we are solution oriented. We like to have a solution. So if I'm talking about my problems, I want solutions. I'm not going to bring up a problem if I just
that can't be solved.
Yeah, like, that's tough. I hear you. What the? I don't want you to hear me. I want you to give me solutions, bro. That's what I'm telling you, bro. It sounds like the bad guy.
Your pain. I empathize with you.
It sounded like the bad guy.
Can we solve it now?
He wanted to be in his, in his feminine a little bit, and dwell on the emotion. How do I feel? He wanted to be like a poet about it. Like, how do I, my soul really aches in this moment. Like, bro, who cares?
You can do both at the same. You can do both at the same time. You can acknowledge the fact that let's say a situation makes you upset, let's just say you're upset in the situation, you can use that energy instead of like wallowing. Instead of basically, we don't sit in our emotion. We use the emotion to create action. That's the difference. That's why I was saying anger is a good one. For example, if I'm upset, I'm gonna use that energy from the anger, go gym and go lift heavy weights, get that shit out.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's different. It's different.
It's about you keep the emotions themselves. No, some
people
go to them and express their emotion, push, weight, get loud, get
it's a good outlet. You got some people fight, like some people go to the boxing gym, hit the bag. Another way is like even if you talk to your boys, let's say you talk to your boys and you're crying, they'll allow it for like 2 minutes, and then after that they'll be okay, cool. Now let's talk about problems, solutions. No, think about it. Let's say you go through a breakup. Yeah, let's say use the breakup as a key prime example. Now everyone's been through one of these. You know the feeling. It hurts, man. It's painful. So you sit there for about what? Let's say you give yourself a couple. I want to be generous with this. Let's say you give yourself a couple days to wallow in it and feel the pain. Then after that, you're like, hold up, I can't stay like this for ages. I've got to do something. So you end up using that frustration, the why wasn't I good enough, the why didn't I do this, why didn't I do that, why did she leave me? And you go and you make yourself better. And you go and improve the solution. You go and you try to almost solve it. You almost try to solve the problem of yourself. Yeah, but instead of sitting with it, do you know what I mean? Doing nothing and letting the feelings almost overwhelm you. We don't have time for that. Ain't nobody get that. That's how we're wired, like, and that's toxic. No, but that's toxic. Apparently,
this is the key. No, but this is the key. But this is what people don't understand, yeah, because this is why, like, even a Buddhist monk. I remember reading a little parable of a Buddhist monk who was speaking on like action and how back in the Stone Age people were not depressed.
Yeah, because we're too busy, fam.
People were
too busy,
man. People today have kind of stagnated in physicality. Exactly. There is no survival need. There is no action being taken. So people are not really in tune with their bodies and utilizing their bodies to the best of their abilities and making themselves a physical specimen. They're just laying there, kind of, like a sloth. They've adopted sloth mentality. And that's the thing. Having that, obviously you're going to find things like depression peeking in and more time to think. But if you're active, this is what I say, action defeats all. This is one of the things like you have to give credit to take for really like hitting
hammering home.
Is speed. Speed is key. You have to be fast about what you do. Yeah.
Success loves speed. Success loves speed.
Man.
I'll give you I have a key prime example about this. So at my workplace, we had hired somebody, right? Everything was set in place. Everything was ready. They were due to start next Wednesday. Everything is, let's say they're due to start on Friday. But for argument's sake, Friday. They call in the morning telling you, I'm sorry, I can't start. I got another job offer. Now imagine the work you put into their contract, the work you put into the induction, the work you put into the interview, everything like that. You have two choices. Yes, it's work, but obviously how you take the it's annoying. Like, you know what I mean? You're like, crap, I put so much effort into this. I put so much time in. Like, it's all wasted, gone to nothing. You can sit there and be like, bruh, why did they cancel? They've inconvenienced me. They've done this. They've done that. All in that time, you could be thinking about getting a new prospect. Did you, or interviewing somebody else, or setting something else up, or putting plans in place to potentially cover you for next week or whatever it is. So you've got two choices to do that. And the speed, the action, like you were saying, is to quickly just get on the phone, call a prospect, say, hey, look, interview. I like our interview. It's are you able to come in on Friday for a trial shift, or you able to come in on Monday for a trial shift? At least you're actively solving the problem instead of sitting in it and waiting and then being like, okay, I'll deal with it next week. Because then what happens is it becomes an emergency.
That's the thing. And that's why I like the approach of taking the time after the problem is solved to then dwell on the emotions of what you felt in the problem. Because at that point, you've already overcome, so you can reflect. This is the thing. It's the same thing about approach anxiety that people like to teach in the space, in the PUA space. Speed is key. Like, you can't escape this notion of speed.
Your mind will talk yourself out of it if you wait.
Yeah, because this is the thing. If you go from approach to approach to approach, you have little time to think about, the nervousness you felt, or, feeling awkward about a situation. You just bounce from interaction to interaction. It makes you kind of snowball the energy that you build from the other interactions, and you just keep going and going and going until you become what we like to call you become or you go into the flow state. Where everything's kind of like a vibe, words are flowing, you're casual with it. It's like you're speaking to friends that you've had for a long time. It's not awkward. You're having a good time. But you have to be impactful and go for it. When people don't do these things, that's when you have time to dwell. At the end of the night, that's when you say,
you look back.
Okay, let me review the night. How did it go? Where was I? Where could I do better? Where didn't I do as well? Yep. But in it, you just have to go from interaction to interaction. As little 100%. Time as possible out of the interaction will go a long way. But again, people don't want to do these
things. I'd say, wait, what one change? Go on the Duke.
Would you say from experience, maybe in your own lives right now, we're all separate, but you've come across people either younger than you, or even the same age as you, or even older, that don't have their shit together, and you kind of offer,
I know where he's going with this.
And you kind of offer like, hey, this is how I've dealt with it. How do you deal with it? And you realize they don't have options. They've never really thought about it. Do you know why? Social life. You go out. Where were you? What were you doing when you were in your undergrad? What were you doing when you were younger? Like, how did you enjoy yourself? And then how did you become productive? Yeah, go on. Tell me what you
I was gonna say. I was literally just gonna say. When it comes to that, it's weird. I'll use mine and King's experience because obviously when I met King at uni, it was what we were at market open day or something. It was
the fair.
It was like the fair, yeah, the fair or something like that.
Like club fair where you sign up. To
yeah. So it's societies. Yeah. So imagine even then you were looking to kind of make friends, build connections, that kind of thing. And it's only by chance that I overheard his name, and I was like, "Wait, that sounds like a
Zam.
It sounds like a Zam. It sounds like a Zam name still." But then, so I turned around and I just, we spoke, and then from there, bro, we never look back. It is. We're here now. We're here today. Yeah. But I was gonna say our experience in the sense of it was almost you knew what you needed to do, and you just did it. Like, do you remember Sub-Zero? I'll use Sub-Zero as an example. You go out, right? The intention is not to get laid or any of this stuff. No, it's just to have fun. Do you know what I mean? Have fun and experiment, and just
people don't get that.
Just play around,
Live the best life. This is the key to the going out experiences. You go out for the express purpose of having the best time of your life. If you go there with that intention, with your friends and your crew, your buddies, to have the best time of your life, trust me, when people see you guys having the best time of your lives, they're gonna be like, okay, that's where the party is. That's where I want to go. If they see you making the dancing circles, getting high, people are gonna notice. And when you go out to the smoking area, or you go out to the chill areas of the club, whatever, when you start talking to people casually, they're gonna notice. Oh, you were the guy who was hype. Oh, dude, I love I love the way you guys were so hype. And then you can just quickly build rapport, and you're in. But most people will just stand there in the corner like a waste man, sipping a drink.
Mad.
So, I mean, these are examples of coming up social life. And I think it was great to have that. But then have you come across guys who maybe they're the same age as you now, but they didn't have that during those first, age 19 to 23? Like, what were they doing? I'm like, wait, you should have been going out too to experiment. Well, how can you convey like, okay, there's something about them that's missing.
Oh, the fact. It's all over.
So then, can they make that up? Like,
no, give up.
They're 28.
Give up.
Yeah, a bit old.
What do you mean it's over?
It's over.
Really?
And live your life. It's over.
But listen. It's different. No. Do you know what it is? Yeah, there's less tolerance when you're older for fuckery. When you're 19, 20, 21, everyone knows you're a joke, man.
Yeah, you're a kid, you're a joke.
Yeah. So you're refining your game. If you start refining your game, but no, you're basically almost remastering yourself at that point. You're building yourself up, right? If you start building at 28, 30, there's less leeway, less margin for error, as I see it.
And that's the thing.
That's the problem. No, it's not over, but it's just less margin for error. So if you make a mistake, you get punished heavily.
When you're interacting, let's say with the opposite sex, when you get into the club, and then let's say you are older, let's say you're like 30 and you didn't have that experience, and this is the first time really going out and trying to establish yourself as a social person, trying to really learn these skills. If you go out and you tell people I'm 30, they're gonna look at you like you have some type of experience, you have some type of knowledge about.
You should have done stuff. You should have already lived.
So they'll have
expectation
hold you in a higher regard to think that you're gonna be this more like
put together, more put together.
You know what I mean? Yeah, more leading. You're gonna be more of a man essentially if you're a dude. If you're non-binary or that, I don't know. That's not for me to give you advice, but it is what it is. You can find that elsewhere.
I was gonna say we usually speak to averages.
We usually speak to averages.
We usually speak to them. Those guys, they're gonna have a tougher time because they can't go at it like a young guy who mistakes are expected. If you say something stupid, they're like, "Oh, he's young." They might brush that off. But if you are like an older dude and you make the wrong move or you advance, sexually in the wrong way, you're cancelled.
Oh, you're catching a case.
Bro. You're catching a case. You're done. You're done though.
So what you're saying is they shouldn't really waste time learning from experience like the rest of us did. Yeah. What they should be doing is just taking the advice from people who've gone through the trenches, right? Who've gone through that experience.
Avoid our mistakes.
Try and build from it. So that's why I guess it's familiar to see the manosphere. It really benefits people who did not have experience at all, like in their early 20s. Yeah. They were grinding for ages. That's one thing I disagree with Kevin Samuels about. His thing was, just focus on work, focus on grinding, don't deal with women, don't socialize, get your grind up, and then when you're at a certain age, then you can settle down. No, you don't know who you're going to do.
1-2 punch.
Yeah.
This is what I say.
Have balance.
This is what I say. I say if you get into this space when you're a kid, from the age of like 16 to like 22, obviously focus on your plan and what you want to do in the future. But in that time, also go out as much as possible to learn the social skills necessary, because those social skills will help you when you get to that stage in building your career in your
they're transferable
late 20s, where you can then use those social skills when you're trying to build a business to socialize, network, and
that's it.
You can rise up the ranks quicker than you would have if you had just focused on business, and that's it.
Or you be a recluse, innit? That's what you end up being.
And then at the end of the day, when you come out the end of that, you have now the skills, and you can also talk to people when you're not awkward. And if you need to hold a presentation, you're going to be,
bro, we're going to be swimming.
Yeah, but it's weird because some people have a thing where they can do presentations and perform in front of a large group of people, but when it comes to like one-on-one interactions, they can't.
It's too much. It's too much.
People can play instruments and they love to play in front of a crowd, but then once they go into a conversation, just like I don't know. But on stage, you have the charisma, the passion, but that doesn't translate to them in real life. It's kind of weird.
That's everything's clicking now. You have to realize that people have career without play, which is they grind up, they focus, they're antisocial, they're introverted, but they have a good brain. They have a brain for whatever skill they're in. So if it is to present in whatnot in academia or in being a preacher, you can train for that. But socializing, like, okay, now let's say the preacher is attending a social gathering in a barbecue. Does he know how to convey, like, hey, can grab a conversation outside the pulpit? Or is he kind of still fixated on, okay, I have to talk to them like I'm at work? It's the same, like the computer scientist, the programmer. His mindset is, okay, am I giving a sale or am I trying to get to know you? I've come across too many guys who do not have a social circle. They do not have boys they can rely on. And of course, you're struggling to have a conversation. And now you're wondering, how can I talk to girls? You don't even talk to people on a regular basis. You don't have a rapport with people you trust. Mm-hmm. And now you want to talk about dating women? Like, you don't know what you're doing.
You can't even humanize. So
you can't even speak. You can't even speak to your own boy. You can't even speak to your own gender, let alone the opposite.
What, bro? That's what crazy. Gender? Yeah, there's no. You're not part of a. You're not a lad's lad, or you're not. You don't have to be the alpha. You just have to be someone who can. Hey, have a crew with you when need be. Mm-hmm. If you don't expect to learn game. I honestly, every time I've spoken to people who try and learn game, I was like, okay, do you have some buddies to hang out with, to go out to the club? Nah, maybe a wingman I might get from this. And I was like, you don't have boys? You don't have anyone? Like, what if you're struggling that night? You need someone to actually gas up with. If you get rejected, I tell you, still got your boys. You don't have that?
If you don't have that, like a home base to return to,
yikes, you'll be lost.
It is dry. When you stumble, and this is why I say, even if you're alone, you have to go from interaction to interaction, because if you stumble at any point and you dwell on the fact that you stumbled, that weight will hit you so
reality.
That reality. Because there's no one chirping in your ear saying, "Oh, bro, how you doing?" Oh, just fuck that. It wasn't, you get the next one.
Yeah,
there's none of that. So you're just gonna be there like, I fucked it. I fucked up. What am I gonna do now? Now I feel awkward. How am I gonna approach now? I don't know. Fuck, this is awkward. I should just go home. Maybe I should just go home. Maybe the night's over. Fuck it, I'm going home. And then
it's 10 p.m. It's 10 p.m.
This is what I'm saying. Bro, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Mad.
No,
do you know what?
The more I think about it, the more I realize that people just need more clarity in what they should be aiming for, which is if you want a social life, you need actual friends. If you want to date, there's so many benefits of having close friends. So many benefits. Someone might be throwing a party that you're close with, and now you know a group of his friends, and there's definitely some women in that situation. Or you go out with a buddy, like we're just saying now. You need a camp to come back to. Like, there's so many benefits. I don't understand how we're in this group chat, right?
Yeah,
I don't want to mention names. I've asked this question: do you guys have like a bunch of like guys you can hang out with, or is it they request for wingman in the group chat? I'm like, request?
Wait, what?
Like, okay, they were like, hey, is anyone free? Maybe they're traveling and they don't have any of their friends with them, right? In the chat, and then I'll be like, why you? Okay, you got your buddies with you. You grew up here, right? I don't have anyone else to talk to right now. Like, what do you mean you don't have anyone else to talk to? And you want to go and get girls? Like, no, start from the basics. Start from the basics. Get your platoon. Get a few comrades. One or two close friends. The rest can be like acquaintances you catch up with once in a while. As long as they respect each other, you're good. And then you can talk about going out there and spreading your seed. But for now, please please socialize first.
It's true. It's true.
Saying.
Building social and you know what? I think that's a much harder skill to build. Wait, bro, you sound like Transformer.
Is it me?
Is that me? Is that Optimus Prime?
I don't know.
It was you. I think it was you.
Duke sounds a bit, techie.
Everyone's techie.
Oh, bruh.
It's cool. Go again. I was going to say, so I was just saying social skills are the hardest to build. So that's why you got to invest the most in them.
Mm-hmm.
You got to start early, and it's got to be intentional. This is the thing. You got to purposefully put yourself in
everything else.
I use the gym.
I know what you're doing. Again, at the early stages of, you have to gamify. You almost have to treat it as a game. If I do this, what is the reaction? What happens?
Yeah, what's the outcome?
The thing is, never go into a situation with an expected outcome.
Never
go into a situation or an interaction thinking, I'm going to say this, then they're going to say that, and I'm going to say this, then they're going to say that, then I'm going to say this, then I'm going to say that, then I'm going to say this, and it's going to go smooth, and then boom. Because when I was a kid, that's exactly how I used to write trees.
The script.
Literally like branching trees of like yes or no questions, or like questions.
Oh, swear.
Yes, like literally, like I would write down like, okay, if I say this, all the possible outcomes of the answers are this, and this. Okay, and then from there I branch out like, okay, I'm gonna ask this from that, this from that, this from this, from that. It helped to a certain extent, and then when you get to a point where you've mastered the tree for so like to a certain point, and then but then when you get to that point of like, what do I ask now? Like then you start scrambling, like it gets awkward, and you're like, oh shit, I fucked it.
It's weird. Yeah. Do you know what I think of it more? I think of it more as a painting. I start painting, they start filling in the bits. I use their painting to complete mine and keep going. Like literally, you ask them. You just okay, bro. Wholesome interactions. Those are the ones you go for. In the sense of I practice this in the gym. Like the gym is a safe space. You don't come across as
That's what I told him.
Listen. Let me tell you. Wait. No, not game. I'm just social. Not game, social. So in the gym is the best way to practice in terms of speaking to strangers on a regular basis. Because literally, I go at 4. I'm literally the first one in there. You basically own the place. That's the frame you're holding now. You're like, I'm the first one here. It's gone. That's me. So you literally, people come in, you literally, and the way the gym is set up, like I'm usually working out near the entrance anyway. So they have to walk past you regardless. So as they walk past you, they'll usually make eye contact with you. You just say, good morning. Hope you have a good workout, pal. And just keep it stepping. You don't even need to do too much, but just that interaction with the warm up and the acknowledgement that they've seen you and you've seen them. And it's been a quote unquote positive / not even neutral to positive. You're not even going for the, like a positive. You just need a neutral interaction where it's a hi, or a nod, smile. That's all you're going for. Because literally just that alone is like a warm up for when you actually want to converse with somebody. You know what I mean? It's much easier. It's like almost treat it like in the gym. You warm up. Yeah, you warm up your muscles. This is the same thing. Socializing is a muscle. If you don't go out for a couple months, you'll notice you're a bit rusty. When you go back outside, you're like, what do I need to do here? What do I need to do? Then you'll speak to a couple people outside and you'll be like, yeah, back in my element. It's all good. You know, the same thing, man. My advice to people is don't treat it like a tree, as you said, King. I would say the best way to treat it is almost as if you are going to control the whole picture.
I think
King, you're going to paint a picture. You're painting a picture.
That's how he started to understand.
Yeah. No, but some people may be doing it now. But imagine if you haven't started game.
Started off. Yeah.
Because imagine they haven't started. Imagine. Yeah, I know it's him. Imagine the Duke. You're starting at 29, 30 years old, 32 years old, and you start with the tree first.
They probably might not have a choice. Trust me, there are people who are behind, like in that sense. They might need to start off like that. I've never had to. Have I ever had to? Because especially when it comes to texting, I can be very creative. I don't know what's hard about
texting. Texting is easy. It's easier to text, I think.
Yeah, because you have time to, I guess, like come up with a punchline. But then that's where I gained my practice, is because I had time to deep it, and then it led to in person. I keep it flowing, keep it going. Like just hey, when you're having fun, when the mood is good, your mind just coming up with jokes, and you keep them reacting, and life is good. But some people don't have that, charisma.
You know what it is? That's what I was gonna say. I think also you need to learn about. I would say learning how to conversation. Directing leading the conversation, and knowing when it's a dead end, and knowing when to switch topic. Like, or to pick. This is what I'm saying. People give you all the info you need. If you listen to them, they will tell you everything. The next question, they will tell you the next question with their answer. You ask them, hey, how's your day going? They're going to be like, oh, it was great. I've just come back from XYZ. Or I would even ask them like, oh, yo, you had a great day so far. I'm like, what made it so great? My day's been pretty basic on average until I started interacting with you. So hit me up, let me know. And then they'll go into it. They'll be like, oh yeah, I did this and that. Then they might reveal like they were in Central, and you'll be, they'll be like in Central London. It's like, oh, what are you doing in Central? It's like, I just came from there. And then they'll be like, oh yeah, I was working or whatever. I was like, what do you work as? That kind of thing. And you can just make it natural. Let it flow from there. Obviously, try not to make it like an interview, but yeah.
But the thing is, like, whenever you hear things that people say to you, you've got one of two responses, which is acknowledgement and then a response in kind with like a question or a follow-up, or you inject a feeling into that conversation via humor or like a neg, like a slight neg to just make fun of something. You know what I mean? Like, let's say someone says, "Oh, I went shopping," and like, "Oh, you go shopping to buy that outfit, did you?" You know what I mean? Like something casual. Something casual. Like, this is one of those when you say if you build.
I think people find it hard to neg properly.
I'm dead. No, people always go too far.
This is when you say if you have built rapport. If you built rapport. Enough
that's what I would say.
To dead it. But this is the thing. This is what I realized, because I said this on the other podcast as well that we've done, is the whole point of learning interactions is figure out how you like to interact with your friends. And make that a part of your interactions with other people. And infuse your personality into it. And if people don't appreciate the way you come across, they are not your people. And that's okay, because that way you weed out the people who don't like you, and you find the people who really fucks with you. Because the people who really fuck with you, they will fuck with you heavy. But if you start playing this middle ground shit where you're trying to be appealing to everyone, then you only find people like,
pleasers,
you will not be memorable.
Pleasers,
You will not be memorable.
out.
I'm telling you, I'd rather upset 50% of the people and make the other 50% gas than have like 70% approval. People kind of like me, and the 30% think I'm spineless. Like, bro, nah, fuck that shit.
Listen, man, but actually, you know what, when you said that resonates hard with me, because now it makes sense, because it actually reflects the type of game you have as well. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because you end up attracting, like you said, the people that would genuinely like you, as opposed to not liking you. So obviously, you guys know I like to neg a lot. So you will know straight away the only people that can even stand being in the aura or in around you are those who can either come back or they respond with something witty. That's when it starts to flow.
Man goes
I don't understand people that get offended though. Like, why are you offended? You can tell it's just banter.
It's a joke. It's true. Like, come on. I know. Look, listen. I know your knees. Don't look knobbly on a regular basis. It's fine. It's a joke.
No. Have you guys seen that Abba and Peach, you know?
Yeah.
Apple and Leach.
Abba
and Leach. They reacted to a video. I'm just joking, man. It's a bit advanced. They reacted to a video a while ago with 13 was it girls?
Yeah.
They were trying to talk to one model.
Yeah.
And they were going about it like they were the prize and he was the guy trying to get them. Whereas the premise of the show was they are trying to get him. But whenever it came to like them asking, it's like, oh, you know, so what do you do? Like they would ask him questions in such a way that would make it seem like they are the prize, whereas in the actual show is meant to make him the prize. Bro, it was
the frame. They try flip the frame.
It was the craziest.
And the guy was really nice as well. He was really
nice, bro.
Patient. He was very patient
and,
with them.
Some of the questions is like, the girls would ask him, "What's my name?" And then he would say, because obviously there's 13 girls, you can't remember all their names. You'd be like, "Oh, are you thinking?"
Why are you testing him?
How dare you?
You're meant to win. You're meant to win.
Remember my name. Like you couldn't even remember my name, and he's like, "There's a lot of people here. Like, how I could just remember one people's name?" Also, I didn't stand out to you. So
that's what I would have said. No, that's what I would have said. That's what I would have said.
It's like, bro, what the hell? And then whenever it goes like, "Okay, can you tell me your name so I can remember it this time?" And they go, "Okay, we'll repeat it 3 times then." So they say the name, and it's like, "Okay, repeat it." And then he goes, you know, let's say it's Sandra. Sandra again. Okay, Sandra. Say it again. Sandra. It's like, bro, what the fuck?
No. What did Myron say? What did Myron say?
More intense.
When women, what did Myron say? He generalized about women. He said, when women have the power, they turn into shit people.
Yes, there's the reason why things are the way they are.
That's so fun.
But this is why the negs are so good, because
the Duke, I see what you did there. But
negs are meant to be utilized to expose people who take themselves too seriously and people you 100. Know you can never have genuine fun with. If you neg someone in like a jokey fashion and there is no malice behind the neg, and they take it like my soul has been disrupted and my whole being is being shook and the ground I walk on has been fractured and I am questioning my identity, bro, then you know those are not your people. Because those are the type of people who have issue with everything. I don't like the way you said that. Why do you say like that? It's like, bro, what the you get what I'm saying? What do I have to say a certain way for you to kind of vibe with it, bro? It's fucking crazy.
Give me one. Can you give me one experience where you've had that? I was gonna say, can you give me one experience, like one that stood out?
Before
I have one. Yeah, go on, the Duke.
Something I've noticed is there are some people who didn't grow up with a group of friends that roasted them, especially through like secondary school years. That's the important bit. That's where the
thumbnail. Look at the thumbnail.
Yeah. There's the people pleaser, they're surrounded with people who just say what they needed them to say. Yes. Or they didn't even have a social life. So when they come across someone who tests them, they could be triggered by a past of maybe they were bullied in school. They never fought back. And so it brings them back to being insulted when they were 12. But now you're 28. Why are you still offended? Like, you know,
that's
it's just like, they're holding on to maybe a past experience, you know? So some people are traumatized. Trauma.
Man said trauma. The source of the neggery. Trauma. Damn.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I was trying to think. It's like the people that get offended. It's just you should be happy to see those people exposed, because then you know that okay, like I can just bypass this person. They're not worth speaking to because everything they say is they take it personally and they feel like attributed to them. They feel like a victim. They're a professional victim. They love the victim Olympics, man. They come in to place well and to go for gold. They're out here like, oh, my life is so hard, bro. Everyone's life is so hard. It's like it's crazy when people make it seem or try to come at you like like their predicaments are worse than other people. It's one of those things where it's like no matter what situation someone's in, we may all feel the same level of stress in different situations that are not equally as stressful because of the environment we actually live in. If you live in a non-stressful environment, the tiniest bit of stress will feel like the biggest stress to another person whose life is filled with stress. But then when that extra shit happens, they go into distress. So it's like levels to this shit. So you just have to find the people who kind of vibe with you on the level you like, to be honest, because a lot of people are.
But I'll never forget when those ones when you're with your boys, and then they just insult you, and then you're just like I mean, so like I'll give you an example. Like I don't know, you do something stupid, and they never let you go. They never let it go ever, and they always bring it. They always bring it back up.
This a real example? Is this a real example or something?
I'm tempted to use a real example.
But just without naming names, obviously.
Okay. No. So I'll use the whale example, like the harpoon. Do you remember? King remembers this one. So...
everything.
Oh my god, man out here hunting Moby Dick.
But yeah,
I
so
came ready. No.
No. It's not about no in particular.
When you come ready for a roast. Because I'm used to that for years. I could take it. I didn't have to run. I mean, that person.
No, we didn't say anything.
No. Hold on. No. I know what you thought, but that's not what that's not what we're thinking.
Oh, okay.
You jumped to conclusions.
I should. Hands tied. I dug my own. I dug my own here.
Now I'm thinking about that now. Now I'm thinking about that now. Oh shit! Yeah,
I actually, at least I revived myself. So
it's very true. Do you know what? I would no. The person who had the biggest come up, I reckon. He went through the most hoops. Like it was crazy. I say the Duke. The Duke did bits. He went through the most hoops. Like they were big hoops, but he went through them. I respect it. I was like, okay. Yeah, but no. To be honest, your boys, you got to be able to take the roast, man. There are sometimes when you make a mistake.
Carry like.
Oh, the Duke. Go on. I think your thing is.
No. What? Oh, okay, sorry.
No, your audio.
What story did you have?
What?
Oh, okay.
What did I have?
Oh, sorry.
No, don't worry. It's all good. But yeah, man.
On a side tangent while we're here,
go on.
I was watching this video on YouTube of this lady. She basically
shout out to Vincent real quick. But yeah, go on. Sorry, just want to say we're good, my guy. We're good. Go on.
this girl, she basically I don't know if you guys have seen this TikTok video. This girl is basically on TikTok complaining about how she got a BBL, boob job, nose job, because her boyfriend was liking girls with all these things on Insta. So she went and did it. But then he left anyway because he likes natural girls.
No, where's my... I deleted the video. Damn, I would have played it right there. Damn.
I was like, you rascal. And she was proper like, so you mean I spent thousands of dollars and I did all this stuff? And this is not reversible. So what did I do it for? And I'm out here like, bro, why did you even do it? Like, it's not that. It's so sad, man. It's so sad. But the competition is so fierce that they feel like they have to do it. It's crazy.
So you reckon one time...
Keep it up with the Joneses, man. It's a disease, bro.
Wait, so you reckon she came home one time? He came with the boob job, the BBL, the lips, and he just said,
"Can we just talk?"
Oh hell
Can we just talk? Oh,
Exactly. Man just said no. Man just said no. And this is the thing, yeah.
I'm out.
On a separate tangent, yeah. This is I like this one. It was a YouTube skit that was made a long time ago, which is the best thing you can do for yourself. Let's say you get dumped, or a girl's about to dump you, and she wants to sit you down to have the talk.
Oh,
the best thing you can do is the reverse breakup. This is some high level psyop shit. Something levels of shit he would do, man. You sit there, and let's say the person's about to break up with you. You know, I think this is no. This is not something he did, but this is something I think he would.
Okay.
Do. Let's say you're down and someone tell you like, look, I don't think it's working out. And you go, oh, thank God. Literally just, even though you might have been going well for you, just pretend. You're like, oh, thank God. My gosh, you were starting to grind my gears, man. You are boring. You da-da-da-da. And just reverse it. I thank God we're on the same page. And watch how they'll flip. They'll be like, wait, what? I thought, no, but what's your problem with me then? And literally they'll forget the entire reason they were trying to leave you. And they'll be like, no, I'm trying to leave you. You're not trying to leave me. And the ego kicks in to where they try to now advertise themselves as a catch. Bro, this shit is crazy.
That's next level.
Bro,
that's next level.
And this is the funny thing, yeah. I've never, fun fact, yeah.
Go on.
I have left almost every single relationship I have been in. I've actually never been dumped, low key, which is actually wild. I actually think about this and I'm like, this is rare level of stat right here. Like, I've never actually been left. Like, left. Like, actually left.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
No. I'm saying once I'm in a relationship. No.
I don't know the details, so
I've been rejected.
It's true.
I've been rejected. This is where the nuance comes, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been rejected before of interaction to try and get to know someone.
Yeah.
Because we don't vibe. But post being in a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, I have never been dumped. I've done the dumping.
I think I've only been dumped once, to be honest. And that was like the beginning, the first one ever. But after that, it's been things haven't worked out or whatever, and you mutually enter the discussion of what's happening.
I would say I'm convinced, given I know what Given's saying, because I haven't been in a situation where someone broke me off and I'm like, what did I do?
No.
Yeah.
No, not even that. Like you're in an actual relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're just talking, that's not even a break.
Yeah, I know. No. It's fine. I get it. No, I get it. When I'm dating someone, I'm saying that you're sometimes like the people I've been with have never written me off like, oh, that was a bad experience. It was never like, a lot of guys.
That's facts.
Yeah. Not everyone, but a lot of people who get dumped are because there was something inadequate about that person. But if it's not like to do with situation where you have to leave the geographic thing, so you have to stop seeing each other, or you have to pick from A to B. Some people just get rid of a guy simply because she realized that actually this guy's crazy. That's when people really get rejected, like, or ruined, or he's too beta, or there's just like particular reasons why people get dumped in general, and then they plan it. Like I was on the phone with my sister last month. She was telling me about her ex-boyfriend and how she planned for 3 months to dump him. He just picking the right time, outside the holidays, just like a secluded. But she already clocked out months ago. Wow, so this guy is investing in you, taking you this and that, and you're already like, okay, time's almost up. Like, wow, the life of us as men. So overall, I think people are in that situation.
Led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived.
Deceived indeed. No, they do plan. They do clock out.
I think that I clock situations that I know, or I see trends that I know are not going to be beneficial to me in the future. Yeah. And I understand that there is no way that this situation will work out in the long run. So I have to dead it now before it gets any further, because I know it's not going to go anywhere. So let me not waste my time and your time and just end it. Because sometimes I might feel, let's say you feel something, yeah? And maybe the other person has the inkling too, but they still want to like hold on to the relationship because they're like, but I still want to, make it work. And I'm like, bro, let's just cut it. Like, you're long in this. It makes no sense. Remember when I broke up with KD?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The way I had to walk it back.
You had to
walk it back.
Yo, you're the worst. You're the worst because I was simultaneously trying to do my thing as well, and then you were like, "Oh no, it's cool. It's cool. Y'all can go back to go back to my room. It's back, bro."
He was gonna jump
What's
off.
good, King Life? Thanks for tuning in.
Man, like,
Hey, bro.
this is so funny.
Let's carry on. Just
Sorry,
learn
this
about women. They plan their breakups ahead of time.
This is a sticky situation.
100%. Because this thing,
strategic.
This is why Myron, I appreciate Myron for saying this. Do not tolerate disrespect, because as soon as the disrespect starts coming, that's your indicator that it is about to expire. And if you check it and the person appreciates the checking, then you understand they still love you. If you check it and they get wily, then it's a no-go. They're planning their escape and just cut it there and then dead it, because there's no point.
So
you're wasting your time.
The more they respect you, the sooner they will tell you that things are about to like sour. Like maybe it's just not right for you.
No. Basically, the more they respect you, let's say they maybe try and disrespect you. Yeah. If you check them in them trying to disrespect you and they actually realize they were disrespecting you, they will apologize. That's when you know that that disrespect was unintentional.
Yeah. Because they need to know your boundaries.
Respect you and they stand on that disrespect and they say, "Oh, fuck you! I said what I said." That's when you know it is done and you need to dead it, because they're not willing to budge because they don't value that relationship as much as you do. So you need to cut it.
Right. King Life has a good point, bro. Chicks be already seeing a new guy for a few weeks to months before you get that. We need to talk from her, and that's a violation right there. I think that's crossing the line, and we live in an era where that's even more easy to do. Have you seen those clips of like a guy testing a couple in public? Like, are you both loyal? Both loyal? Of course, I'm loyal. Of course. All right, switch phones then. Like the host is so like, yes, just go on switch phone then.
I saw one, where this girl, he said that to the girl, the man was like, "Oh, go on, let me see the phone, let me see your Instagram DMs," and then she went on Instagram and the camera
deleted it.
Angle, bro,
Deleted it.
And the cameraman saw
in 4K, and she was like, "No, I didn't."
The guy said, "Why are you deleting it?" And then the boyfriend was like, "No, she's not. No, she's not." I'm like,
they're both cheating.
Now is a river in Egypt.
Bro, I was like, God, is an idiot. That's wild.
The Nile is a river in Egypt.
No way.
I love that.
I don't believe it.
Oh my God.
I don't believe it. No, but it's the way she zoomed in and she's like, "Oh man."
It was like real quick, like as well. It was like her phone was just doing.
She was
like, hold. You hold down the message and then you hold across. Boom.
Yeah.
And then ask her, and then she goes, "I didn't delete anything.
I didn't do it."
Oh man.
Lord have mercy.
I was creasing. I was like,
she's been plotting. Okay, maybe you have work husbands and then you have IG husbands. I feel like they have that too, where there's in a relationship where you're talking to some guy on the side. I don't know. I'm just thinking maybe emotionally cheating. There's emotional cheating.
That's not tolerated, man.
Fair.
Tolerated. If someone says work husband, bro, I'm like, what are you talking about? Work husband? What's that? Work husband? Are you mad?
But then isn't that inevitable? Isn't that inevitable? If your situation, your woman is working a 9 to 5, what do you expect? Because at one point I was working this job, it's a 12-hour shift, and there's this lady, she's like 6-7 years older than me. We're friends, we talk, and then we follow each other on Instagram. I saw her picture with her kids. I double tapped. I was like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, support, a friend. And then 2 days later, she comes on the same shift as me. She's like, "Oh, tell me, I need you to remove the likes. No more liking my pictures. Oh, what's wrong? No, you know, I don't mind. It's just that my husband feels kind of some type of way. So I'm like, oh, your husband's checking your likes? Yeah. Could you just, you know, stop just to keep him? Like, why is he so bothered? I'm not going to do anything. But it's like, you know. So I was like, wow. I mean, I had to deep it. This was 3-4 years ago, and I was like, you know what? I understand. He does not trust his girl enough. He's a bit, you know, paranoid. I understand because Instagram, social media, you never know. They might have been fighting for a while. Where do you go to when your man's not talking to you? Who are you gonna talk to? You know, you might talk to your
friends, talk to me,
and family, but you might want to talk to me. Yeah, I know you from work. I spend hours with you. I spend more hours with you while you're awake than when you're back home with your man. You're asleep at home. So
you're sleeping.
Is what work husband looks like. So I know in particular, you don't have to have a label. They just exist if you have a worker full time. Just say.
Yo, listen, I'm like, wait, don't give the incels more. You're giving them more material, man. Stop it.
Wait.
They need hope.
I need to sow.
They need hope. They need hope, man. The MGTOWs need hope as well.
You know, we had a friend on a certain group chat, and he was. If you're listening, no, this is right. This is like lesson. What do you call it? Like something to learn from. So overall, he was dating a girl who was a police officer. She became a police officer after they were struggling financially, and I think he said 3-4 months into it, she started disrespecting him. Don't know why, but apparently she was talking to another guy at work. Like they were struggling before, like going back and forth. But once she started this work, she had something to tether onto. When she was away from home, he was struggling financially. He was actually staying over at her house. Too much to even say there. But in that situation, she had that occupation that preoccupied her time, right? A police officer. Like we're seeing what's going on recently. These memes are flooding in by what's her name? Officer Hall. Yeah, that happens often, especially when they place them in a more masculine field. So guys out there. Either you want a housewife or someone who works part-time or full-time, just expect the unexpected. I'm just saying. Just trying to.
No, we expect it now. Now
because
it's
we work too. We work too. Well, pretty much corporate ourselves. We know how it goes. We know how it goes. So I'll just say.
plead the fifth.
I'm just saying. I try and keep away. It's bad karma. I think it's bad karma when
it's true. It's very true.
Situations at work, but
don't shit what you eat.
Yeah, it's gonna bite on you.
Just have separate bowls, guys. Just have separate bowls. It's fine.
I'm telling you, there's this guy. There's this guy I work with.
How do you feel about that? If you go on.
No,
we'll get to that.
At work, and they've been having trouble.
Wait, he got his girl at work. What would you mean? Or he secured his girl from work?
Yeah, he secured his girl.
Okay, yeah.
And they started dating.
Okay.
And now every time there's trouble, whatever, she's on the floors looking for him. Like in the offices, like, where is he? I want to go to his office. Where is he? I'm like, what?
Wait, is he a manager?
No. He's just one of the, like he's an analyst.
Oh,
and she's just steady looking for him. Like if there's beef, she's like, I want to hash it out right now. I'm like, you're on.
Wait, at work? We're on time. We don't get paid to beef.
It creates problems, and then everybody and again, if something goes wrong in that relationship, the slander that will come from her and will disseminate through the workplace, bro, you're gonna be kind of toxic to touch.
Yeah.
You don't want that. That's why you never shit when you eat. You never do it. It's not the way to go. It is not the way to go. I learned my lesson, when I once dated someone in my friend group and I broke up with them. And the friend group literally split in half. And I was like, never again.
Wait, when did this happen? Wait, this wasn't us, right?
No, this wasn't us. No.
Okay, cool.
We violated anything.
We did. You
gotta have it.
No, I don't know why we did that, but that was
we mocked it.
It was a win. A win is a win. A win is a win. A win is a
win. Hey, we've got Miss Raya in the chat right now.
She's back
representing.
Like to see you next.
Fans in the building.
Yeah.
Click on it.
I've clicked on it. Let's do it. Oh yes.
How you been, Raya? Yes, indeed. We still got fans out here, man. We still got fans. And we've been posting sparingly, but hey, at least we survived. At least we're not cancelled.
That's the most important.
At least we don't have to go on Rumble yet. We don't have to go on Rumble. So.
We actually have to talk about.
We're still in the Matrix.
We have to talk about the messaging that.
Good segue.
The clip I heard on the Tate documentary.
About
I don't know where Matt, the Matt Shea guy. I don't know where he got those
break that down all
of
day.
those people who were saying that at my school the boys are telling the women.
What?
They could find anyone. They could find anyone.
Yo, who's the one? Wait, do you remember the one?
Vice knows their audience.
There's obviously gonna be some boys who are gonna mock it. There's obviously gonna be some boys who are gonna mock it. But people kind of miss the whole point of what Tate stood for. He stood for Leonidas 300.
Look.
We are the guys together.
You know you guys already know my stance. But even me as someone who was watching the Vice, I found it ridiculous as well. Like I had to side with Tate with the amount of buffoonery they were throwing in those. Why are these witnesses of boys who watch like TikTok videos of Tate? Like, what's going to happen to you? Why are you scared that some boys are having opinions? I feel.
Oh no, Transformer. Damn.
Anyway, like they might. Oh, but am I good?
But you know why? No, you're good.
You're good now. Yeah, go.
Okay.
I was just gonna say, you know why?
That people it's the Vice narrative. We can all, I think we can all see it. I think we can all see what they're doing, unless their viewers they know who they're catering to. Yeah, they're soft to it. So that's how it is.
Yo, Vincent had a quick question.
The workplace, there are other places you veterans would strongly advise against a guy trying to approach.
Yeah, at night. At night.
What do you mean?
At night, bro. Do not approach at night. That's
at
what
night.
I'm saying.
Oh, come on,
bro. Some people need to be told. As we've learned, some people are still doing it. So I'm like,
at night. If you're not at the club at night,
night game is that what it is? Night game in the street.
If you're doing night game, it better be in a social situation where everyone's doing
social setting.
Try and make the interaction as organic as possible. As Mystic knows, I do this a lot. I like this move. Is you just bump into someone. And you just say, "Oh, sorry," and then you look at them and like, "Oh, hey, whoa."
This works too well.
Yeah, it works too well. When you just
it's too good.
And you kind of you look at them and like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and then you kind of double take it like, "Oh, wait, okay, hello, hey, how you doing?" And then they're like, "Oh, hi." It's instant. You're in. You waste your time.
I didn't believe it. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't believe it.
I remember when I was in London. I literally did a lean back bump, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Oh, hi, are you guys getting drinks too? Oh yeah. Oh, you guys getting okay?
Insane.
My boy, boom, done. Easy, bro. Easy.
It was too good. It was. Do you know? It was so efficient. I couldn't. I was too stunned to speak. I was like, okay, I see what you did there. But yeah, you need the wingman. Try to do that with a wingman. That shit works all the time. I'm not gonna lie. It's good. The charisma. You just need charismatic in friend.
And have fun with it.
Earlier in the stream, we discussed having friends. Forget anything else. Like that's your foundation.
Start there.
Social circle. I don't know. Some of you, I thought people had that already. Like, of course, but the more you speak to different people, the more you realize like you should not be talking about getting girls until you have your life. Like you play with your friends. Like you don't talk about anything else until then. We can move on. I don't get it. You can't be alone, especially when you deal with someone. You get them interested, and then they're like, "Okay, what do you do other than meeting me? Like, what do you have a life? You know what I mean? Exactly. Like, I mean, I would love like the girls would love to have you around all the time, but you don't have anything else going on. You don't have hobbies. Why would a girl want to stay with you? You're boring. She has to be fighting for your attention, for your time. You're not. Right. You should not be always available. So if you don't have a click, at least.
Facts. You said it a while ago, but I'm using it. That's from earlier. But King Life, you're right, bro. Facts.
You're like a vice producer. Be careful.
Yeah.
I need to answer this question that Vincent asked real quick.
Go on. Which one? So I'm good. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, Raya just says I'm good. Hope all is well with you guys. Yeah, man, we're thriving. We're thriving out here.
Yes,
We've all been grinding for the last 3 to 4 months since you last saw us, and yeah, we're doing good.
If only we were YouTubers, you would see us a lot more.
You'd see the step-by-step grind, as opposed to just boom coming at you. Yeah.
Right now we're just organic.
So at King, just to confirm, are you saying that you are a Tate supporter and stand 100% behind him? You want me to answer this for you on your behalf?
Let me answer this. Yeah, let me answer this.
Go ahead. Let me leave it up there. I'll leave the question up there. Yeah, go on.
I stand for the message that is purported, the positive message that is purported, the 90% or 95+% of what is said.
Yeah.
That is positive, to go out there, have a brotherhood of close friends that you can feel like empowered to be around, and you feel, emboldened to take on activities and become your best self with. That's what we support. And learn nature of, of people, men, women, understand their nature. But where I don't agree is using that for your own personal gain, like manipulating people for your own personal gain. This is what I found out, yeah? The difference between a guy girls like and someone who's manipulative is the guy that girls like, they don't understand he's doing the things that a manipulative guy is doing. You see what I'm saying?
You're going to have to run that back.
The only difference between a guy who's naturally good with women and a guy who learns it is the guy who learns it, people can say is manipulating, because he understands it to such a degree that he can use it to move through the interaction easily and end up.
What do you say Tate is a natural?
To an extent, he's a natural. Yes, he's a natural, but he also understands it. He's like the double threat. He understands it and he's a natural.
Dude's Darth Maul.
You see him on the earlier shows when he was a kid, on those the travel show.
Yeah.
He understood what he had to do to get people to like him. Same with Tristan. He understood what he had to do to get people to like him.
I think that comes from being raised right. That's the natural masculine frame from dad.
I agree with understanding people, but with great power comes great responsibility. And Andrew did not use his power responsibly.
Yeah.
Exactly. If he had used that power and said, let's say he paid the women fairly that he interacted with, and he gave them the 50-50 equal split, he did their taxes.
Like
he did his taxes.
Other web manager.
He did his taxes, and everyone was sweet. He wouldn't be in this position. Would he maybe likely there would be someone who tried to, maybe swindle him at some point? Maybe. There might still be an allegation here and there? Maybe. But all in all, it would have made his image a lot cleaner if he did not state in his, I'm a G, I'll swindle you, and I'm a criminal, I got you. I'm going to take your shit and run you up, run your pockets. Like, look, it is what it is. He did what he did. But again, at the end of his cycle, I don't know if he's genuinely Muslim or not, but if he's turning that leaf and he's taking that practice seriously, then good on him, take it seriously, and I wish him the best. But that's pretty much it, man. I support him as far as his message to men and being together.
I respect his hustle.
That's what I was going to say.
That's all respectful. You can't respect that.
You have to. You got to, man. And I think, you know what? I think people, what?
You know who I'd recommend as a better role model?
Black excellence.
You're going to say Luke Belma, aren't you?
No. Luke Belma's good. But a guy named Alex Hormozi.
Oh, the 100 million sales guy.
The $100 million offer guy.
Elliot Hulse is the guy.
No, not that guy.
I will say Elliot Hulse. Elliot Hulse is that guy.
Because
people who know him know.
He understands, Alex Hormozi understands the practicality of living, being on your purpose, dedicating to fitness, understanding the power that could come from a relationship with someone who's like-minded, like having a partner who upholds you and lifts you, and you can work together in harmony to achieve greater goals. You know what I mean? Like he understands all these things, and he tells people like, this is why I set up my life this way. He doesn't give you things to do, but you can look through him and see how he lives his life
through the lens.
So you can learn and live a better life. He doesn't sit there and tell you have to do this, treat people like this, do this, but you can see actively what he does is a good representation of what males should do in general. So I would champion him before I champion Andrew Tate. But the fact is, Andrew Andrew came on like Leonidas, and he hit the scene like, "This is Sparta," and that's why people like him. Because if you see a leader, yeah, if you're willing to like, he has the qualities of someone you're willing to ride and die for, in terms of his persona, and seeing him go out there and says what he says, and he doesn't care. You see what I'm saying? Someone like that, if you know that person has your back, you know they have your back, because you understand that they will ride for you regardless of what anyone thinks. They don't care anyway. They will just ride for you as an individual. So if you're behind that person's back,
but then King,
you know, go for
King,
it.
how do you make sure that you're a comrade and not a pawn? Because you might have someone with all that charisma being your commander, because that's what he labeled himself, and you're not being used as, what do you call it?
A piece.
Yeah, like a piece in the game, or it's like as long as you mentioned ride or die. So I'm wondering, the people who are his fans are just invested partly, like, okay, they support any athlete or any musician, or you're committing your life to it in a way where, what level are we going to take? Yeah.
This is the key.
What line are we crossing?
You are always a pawn in the game. It doesn't matter what game you're playing, where you are always a pawn. The key here is to choose.
You've mastered it. You've mastered the Tate finesse.
Yes.
The key here is to choose in which realms you play and what leaders you follow. If you follow, let's say, Andrew, yeah, or people who follow Andrew, if they like what he says, yeah, you follow the individual to the extent that you know he gives you things that are beneficial to your life. You can take from him the things that make you a better person, and if you think the things that are deplorable about him, you leave those out of you, and you take things that you value. And once you've learned as much as you can learn from that individual, you take that need for a leader elsewhere to someone who can teach you new things, and you go learn from that person. Like Bruce Lee always says, man, you have to learn from everyone. Take what you need, discard what you don't, and make it your own. So follow people to the extent you need to learn what you need to learn. And once you've learned what you need to learn, you leave and you follow someone else, because you can never be the top G, the top whatever.
But you know the problem. You know the problem.
You have to rise up the rest.
This advice flies over most people's head. You know why? Because everyone, bro, like, it's weird. Everyone's watched the short clips, the cuts, and they're always jumping to they've been triggered by what he said. So now what's ending up happening is that when you say, "Oh yeah, I agree with Andrew Tate," they'll be like, "Wait, what? You agree with the sex trafficker? Do you agree with the money launderer? You agree with the?"
That's the thing.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
No. But people cannot accept. People can't. I think majority of people that I've spoken to about Tate, they can't accept two things being true at the same time. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm like, in the sense that you can be like an expert, or you can be great at inspiring masculinity or promoting masculinity in young men. You can be great at that, but you too have made mistakes in the past, because not everyone is perfect. Mm-hmm. And this is why people are taking this guy down and saying that, because even his supporters, if you try to say to someone, "Oh yeah, I like Andrew Tate, I like what he says. Maybe I don't agree with XYZ, but I do like what he says," they'll look at you and be like, "Oh, you support Andrew Tate? Rah, he's a sex trafficker, he's this and that, he's that. That means you must be far right or far left or whatever." Or they try to put you in this box, but they don't accept that. Listen, exactly, misogyny. And I'm like, wait, hold up. I agree with his mess. I agree with this, and they won't let. This is the thing. They'll try to cut you off. They won't let you explain. But if you get a platform like ours, or if you even say it to them and say, "Look, I agree with parts of his message, not every single bit." If I was to teach this to my children, I would say, "Oh, he's good when it comes to things such as how to be a gentleman, how to be a man, in the sense of, get strong, be competent in all realms, take a super accountability." I would say, though, do not follow his path in terms of how he did. Exactly. Do learn from his mistakes, because everybody has flaws. Everybody's got flaws. He's just put them so much on the screen that it's like impossible to miss it. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like so hard to miss it.
And in answering Vincent's question here, where it says,
Go on.
out of curiosity, actually, let's answer this one first. In comparison to you guys, hold on. Okay, we do have a social life, and we do have a group like that, so that's yes. And So let's do the question. So, King, out of curiosity, who would you say is your source of inspiration and someone you personally look up to? This is the thing. I look up to multiple individuals for different things.
For different
things.
things.
You look up to them for different things, and you take from those the things you need. So people like Alex Hamosi, Luke Belmar, Andrew Tate, be it controversial, you take the necessary points, and even the even the negative things, even the negative things. When you see those negative things, you take those and say, okay,
I don't want to be like that.
I don't want to be like that because
I don't want to be like that. Exactly.
I want to take the good and use it to advance myself as an individual, and the bad, chuck that shit out. And that's what you need to do to move through life. That's the only way you progress.
It's just cold out here.
But it's mad. Do you know what's even more mad? Like, I'm a big proponent of asking questions. Like, why do you think the way that you think? Like, bro, you're gonna get roasted. You get roasted for asking questions, or you get roasted for even trying to find out why someone has a specific stance. It's like they get triggered just from the question. For example, when discussing Tate with people, I will literally be like, oh yeah, he's an alleged sex trafficker. People focus on the alleged and be like, no, several people have come out and I'm like, look, wait for it.
And say he is confirmed. He's done it with the definition. He's done it.
Oh, with the definitions. Oh, okay. Fair.
The key point here is were the people he actually was working with, did they hate him in the circumstance they were in? Like, were they like under duress or whatever? Because that's why I think the difference is I think he treated people with respect, even though he stole from them in the back part. He did the smile and let me see out your pocket shit. That's
that's he was
charismatic enough.
I appreciate you, and then took money out their pocket.
I appreciate you.
So
trafficking.
So face value. So for definition, we 100% did that. But for face value, the people he actually worked with may actually appreciate him and what he's done for them. That they may let that taking the extra 20% go because it's like I'm a millionaire now. So
I now have a question. Then. So let's say, for example, these quote unquote victims are now saying that, because obviously that I don't know who's pressing. He's being charged by the state, isn't he? Is that correct? The state of Romania is it's a civil case, isn't it?
Well, in terms of
Romanian government is the one pressing charges, saying that he was trafficking.
The charges of the criminal organization.
Because if no one can testify, because if no one testifies to say yes he did this, then the case doesn't stand. What
they're using
the evidence.
They're using the psychology statements.
Right.
To say that this is what they said and this is how the state of mind after, to push the case and make it stronger.
Okay, so basically the defense.
In terms of the art charge, they obviously need that. They need the witnesses to stand for that. But that's only to say that. That's only against Andrew himself. So if he goes down for that,
so the defense will go after credibility.
He needs to do that time, bro. He needs to do that time in the penitentiary.
Well, I said the money laundering is facts because. Well, we know due to talk about taxes.
Why did Tate make it about the Matrix after him, or was it justified?
I genuinely think
it's a mixture of the two.
He's a man after his own father because in his mind
he's paranoid. He's paranoid.
You have to understand it because in his mind he's not really doing anything wrong because in his mind, again, this is where the narcissism comes in. In his mind, these people, even though they might not want, even these people might not want to be in that situation. Yeah. He's thinking in his mind, I'm making them richer, I'm making them disciplined. This is what they need to become a better person. So I'm giving them an opportunity to elevate their life. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So in his mind, he's
okay. So would you say that's a weakness that he has, I guess, cognitive dissonance to what could be morally considered wrong, but in his mind, everyone's benefiting.
It's
just not lawful.
To him,
that's what I was going to say. I was going to say you can do whatever you like.
No, I get it. That's the point. He doesn't get what he's doing wrong. That in his mind is right. So that's cognitive dissonance.
He understands that he's doing what he's doing essentially like criminally. It is wrong. He knows it's criminally like chargeable. Right. But in his mind, he's thinking they're benefiting, I'm benefiting, and at the end of the day, we all win. Regardless, I took 20%. He's still a millionaire.
He's saying without me, they would never have had.
He still understands what he's done is wrong, is what I'm rationalizing here in my mind. He still knows what he's done is criminal, but in his mind, he's saying that you are still a millionaire. Because whenever he was on the same Matt Shea documentary, he said, no one's complaining 10 years on. These people are not complaining when they're millionaires. You see what I'm saying? So he's saying that I made you a millionaire. If I took 20% off the pot, you're still a millionaire. Who cares? You're better off than you were when I met you. You see what I'm saying? So he's saying, regardless of what it is, you are in a net positive. That's why he says, I'm a net positive for the world, because essentially it's a net positive because you're in a better position financially. You know, we don't know about trauma or whatever, but that's a different story. But, actually, in a better position.
I want to bring up one thing before we close. I want to bring up one thing. The demographic of his avid supporters, like the majority demographic, right? So there was this one point made in a discussion where, you know, if Tate, knowing that, you know, he's biracial, if Tate looked more like his dad, you know, kids come out differently depending on mixture, right? If he came out looking more like his dad, basically close to looking like us, just like would you think he would have gained this much clout and support from like the Caucasian persuasion of men? That's what I'm not a race baiter here. I'm just saying. Would it have been to this scale, especially the Romanians that were out in the streets, young men protesting to free Top G? Would they have done that knowing that?
I think they were Greek. I think they were Greek, by the way.
Oh, right. Greek.
It was in Greece,
he was visibly black or more distinctly black, would they be like, I support a man who doesn't mind, you know, not trafficking girls to work for me. They are English girls, Eastern European girls. Oh, it's okay. It's okay for someone that looks like us to benefit from that. Do you think they would have given him the same clout?
No,
definitely not.
Exactly.
Bro. Definitely not.
I'm just observing that. That's very interesting because it depends who's doing it and how they look. But he gets it because he's passing.
100%. And the image they have, like if that was Myron on that stand,
finished.
Finished. Arab look.
Yo, and if it was fit,
no. Listen. Indefensible.
The neo-Nazis are out.
No. Because he doesn't even have the charm to defend him. It's not even there.
Forget that. Let's say he was. Let's say they all sounded like Tate. If they just looked like him, it's
a wrap.
I brought up the fact that I watched Tommy Robinson, big leader of EDL in the UK, considered racist. You know, depends who you speak to. But he had an interview recently where they asked him, he knows Tate because they grew up in the same area, Luton. You know, it seems like there's a lot of people who get cancelled in Luton.
It's not good.
And he, you know, his whole career, Tommy Robinson, is basically exposing the gang rings of like brown men, Pakistani men who were love bombing young English girls to go into the sex work business. And so his thing was to shame that, right, and call it out and just ethnic situation going on because it's a specific group. But in a way, Tate was sort of playing the same game, which was like the lover boy method and getting girls to perform, you know, webcam. He was doing the exact same thing, but he probably gets a pass from someone like Tommy. But if if he looked more like us, he would be had a problem with it. So all I'm saying is the fan base are very comfortable with someone that looks like that doing what he's doing. But if you look like us, that's what I'm saying. Being careful with how we maneuver around this world, especially as black men. We didn't see any black boys in that show, that Vice thing, because of course it's expensive admission to get in. So
you've got to get it, bro.
It's just maybe cheap. Like the benefit of going there, it depends if you're leisure type of person, but not that many, obviously. But I'm just saying, if we were leading a group of men like that, the way we look, I don't think we will get away with a lot of shit that's going on, especially in Eastern Europe. Especially in Eastern Europe.
He's lucky because
they'll look into
he has the capability of mixing with a large range of audience, and that's why him and Sneeko are such a powerful tool because they're ambiguous. They're ambiguous. They have the Asians, they have the blacks, they have the whites. Bro, they're winning. They are winning.
You can appeal to
every time they try to call Tate racist.
Bro, they are appealing to every demographic, and that's
I'm half black.
That's the shit that's crazy, man. That being
I just find it funny. The typical, Caucasian man would not have followed them. I just find it funny. They would not have followed him if they did that. I mean, the stuff we found out now, just put it in blackface. Impossible. They will be canceling him. Let's not fall for it. I'm just saying I'm not getting racial. I rarely get racial, but when I do, this rings out well to me. So a lot of these young black men who may respect him, yeah, but don't think, you can emulate.
You can emulate. That's the problem.
Because you
no.
You just have no. Let me make my point. Maneuver. You might have to maneuver differently. Don't expect the same rewards from someone that looks like that in this Western world. Let's just keep it 100. Right?
You can
Bill
maneuver.
Cosby, thank you.
You can maneuver. Yeah, you can't maneuver like that. The only way you can maneuver is obviously if you take the positive stuff, you can maneuver. 100% can maneuver. But if you take the whole thing,
but I'm just saying, you're in support of a certain person that gets away with it and has a popularity, and his fan base look a certain way. Just saying, they look a certain way. We will not be able to do the exact same thing. Not the exact same thing, but in fact, gain as much clout. Because sometimes people want to reflect on who they look up to. Sometimes people look like them, that they emulate or they support. But in a way, I also want people to pay attention. The audience of people who look like us, right? Pay attention to that. Because he has a black dad. So in my mind, I was like, okay, he has a similar experience, even though he's biracial. But then the way he's carried this movement is very interesting. It's very interesting. But in a way,
would have to tread.
I feel in his mind, he's very ethnic. In his mind, he's ethnic compared to his fans. So that's why I kind of like resonate to an extent. But I paid attention to that very well, racially. Just saying.
In terms of, was it Kelly? Yeah, he literally escaped free of charge when that first trial was ever done. Back in the day in the 2000s.
Oh yeah.
And he escaped it.
For sure.
He escaped it. But when the documentaries came out, and the key here is that the people in those documentaries, they exposed themselves. They were willing to come in barefaced and say, "This is who I am, and this is what I'm going to tell you what this guy did to me." And the fact that you could see the emotion on these people's faces went a long way. The fact that Vice, when they did their piece, the ladies in question did not show their face, and you couldn't see the emotion on their face.
Yeah,
that takes away
because I understand.
Feeling of what he actually did if he did it. You see what I'm saying?
Sympathy or and I think I just like to acknowledge as well, the webcam business is in a way not something to be proud about. So some people, if you agree to it, it's more like, okay, I don't want to show my face. Maybe I left that in the past and I don't want to do it anymore. So that's why they wouldn't want to reveal their faces. And also because they're lying as well, because I agree, like to an extent, you're embellishing why. Because at one point, people don't realize this. In the Vice, they didn't make a point that the British courts declined to this case simply because the accusation occurred, but then they continued to date him. So you're picking, it's almost like finding an excuse to end a divorce, like, oh, he was abusive. So you wanted more money, you were demanding for more money, and now you need to show proof that he was forceful, he was violent. But after that one situation she described, they were still dating for another year or I think 9 months. So it's like, that's why the British courts declined to it, because now this is one point I went to make. I'm glad I remembered, guys. If you're dealing with someone who likes BDSM, be careful. Be flipping careful. Listen closely, guys. If they start telling you, please strangle me, please do this, please do that, unless you find a way to show proof that she, gave you consensual agreement to do it, or else they play that game, maybe for revenge. Yeah. Oh, he grabbed me up. I didn't ask for it. I thought, was I really raped? I don't know. We can't play that game. This is taught me a very good lesson on that too.
Don't do it.
Very
100%.
We don't live in a time like that anymore.
Or
receipts.
60 Shades of Grey.
Wait, pay a professional.
How many shades of grey?
Pay a professional.
How many shades of grey? Shades of accusations.
This one thing, if that's really like something you want to do and pay for it, because don't be doing that to the regular old, people. Like, bro, that should get you caught up quickly in some next level things.
Nah, man, you look, guys, the best way. No, guys, the best way to deal with this, I'm telling you, consent, WhatsApp, you just need receipts. That's it. Even if you delete the chat log, they'll get the chat log back. So don't worry about it.
And it might seem as if we're paranoid when you do that. Oh, you have to have it proof. You must. You
need it.
You can't trust anyone. Can't trust anyone.
Yeah.
Women too. Men and women should do that.
The way the direction things are going in, you just don't do it. You just don't do it.
Wait, what? I'm
just
trying to
don't even do this.
You just don't do it because, bro.
But I'm trying to.
But she likes to get strangled.
Yo, retroactive.
I'm trying to choke people.
Of like, you know what? In the moment, but in the middle of it, I didn't like it. So it's this. You don't want that.
What do you mean?
But I told you to stop. What? I thought
we're in the role.
I thought you were in the role.
This is one of the ones where it's like when you say like what they say.
What the?
What's the word?
What,
like
role play?
Like pineapple or whatever. You didn't say the
safe word.
Safe word. Say. It's like we had this.
Yeah, you need to say. No, listen. That's how you say it. Say establish the safe word.
That's the problem. Like it's a problem. But I said. But did they say? And then if you go to court and then they ask, did she say no? And then you say yes, and then you come up with the argument that she didn't say the safe word. Then it's like
Right, that's a fair point. The media promotes women to retract consent after the fact.
Promotes women to retract consent. True.
After the fact, though. After the fact is wild.
I think weaponize it. I think the issue is to weaponize it. And that's a problem. So I think instead of blaming women, I think men just have to wake up to any chance of this happening.
Stop being stupid, man. Just don't be dumb.
Stop being so gullible. But we're in love. Don't play that game. Be serious about yourself. We're in love. I love you. I'm what's the word someone said? I'm not in love with you. I have love for you. Yeah.
I have love for you. But not so much love that I won't take you to jail.
Yes.
That will put you in jail.
I'm on the phone. So I'll get personal here. My dad will speak to me on the phone for like an hour, 40 minutes, discussing this. What the things he should have done in his relationship, the things he should have done, the things he should have paid attention to. So he passed it on to me to say, be aware of this, be aware of that, have a separate account, all of this. Because as much as you love the person you're with, don't be a fool. Don't be a flipping fool. Don't have you want conditional love? You can have that with your children, with your pet dog.
Unconditional.
But unconditional. But right now, it's very important for you to protect yourself, protect your pockets and your sanity, please. I beg of you.
I want peace. No problem.
I wish Tate had this more of a message. I feel in a way, if he beats this or he passes this after imprisonment, he would have some type of discussion with his fans about how to maneuver with situations like, because he's made mistakes and he would acknowledge, but then now teach people what I should do, what I shouldn't do.
No, but that's the self-snitching. That's the self-snitching again.
no, it's not even that. Like if he comes out explaining what happened, like, oh, actually, he said I got reported because she wanted more money. Well, my mistake was to control her money. I should make sure to have to handle her money under contract. That's just protect yourself.
Put on the payroll. Put on payroll system, bro.
Pay on the payroll. He didn't want to do that because he made less money doing that. But now he realizes that you can't have your cake and eat it. You gotta play the game with everyone else. Like all the webcam managers earn the same amount, work the same way as them, pay your taxes, and move on. You don't have to travel. You don't have to move different countries every day. Now, Romania was the place to go. He kept telling no one, Romania. Now it's Dubai. And then they're going to F him up with the haram people. They're going to fuck him up. And then he'll move to Bali. And now he's in Antarctica. There's no place to save. Sometimes you have to play the rules a little bit. Just play some of the rules. You don't have to destroy yourself. That's what I'm saying. But
Vincent's got one final. Vincent's got one we got a question. Yeah, we'll answer this last question, then we're gonna wrap it up, guys. So this is supposed to be a quick little one, catch up midweek. Vincent, curious question. In a marriage, would you say that it's smart to have a private personal account that your partner isn't aware of? Just some clarity, please.
Yes.
Isn't aware of? She can be aware of it. They can be aware of it.
Yeah.
They can know about it.
I mean, it's this idea of like, we have to hide everything.
PBD.
From
what PBD said, yeah? PBD said you have an account for your stuff.
Yeah.
She has an account for her stuff, and you have a joint account for the stuff that you
for bills and
separate
for bills
accounts.
and stuff.
And you're all aware of it, There's no complication there. It shouldn't be a hidden thing. No, she knows that this is how much you earn, and this is what's going towards. This is your budget, and I'm saving this money for other things because you're responsible. You're managing your money. It's good to have a separate account. It's foolish to, I don't know, some people are being taught by their parents and how to trust your partner. No, don't be a fool.
No.
Don't be a fool.
Be smarter than that.
Because then the same parent will come back to you 8 years later. I should have done this. I should have done that. That's what I'm getting over the phone. Yeah,
it's true.
Well, the same parent. Everyone makes mistakes, but then don't be ignorant.
Don't give the advice. No, don't give that advice out as well until you've trialed it and it actually works. 40, 50 years. I want 60 years here.
Yeah, and if you hide
track record
that you have another account, it shows that you're afraid of your woman. Like she should understand this is the rules you set. I've got money here, you got money there. If you need anything, let me know because I manage the money. We manage it better on average. So let's
100%. 100%.
Yeah, let's be the CEOs in our relationship. The CEOs in the house.
Yeah. It's true. Hold it down, innit? Hold it down.
I'm Trump.
But also just become I'm like Vincent, just become that guy.
Billions.
Mad.
He said also you can tell her how much you make. I have a friend who said never tell your partner how much you make.
Okay, no.
Good advice, guys.
You don't need to say that. You don't need to say that.
You don't need to say all that.
All you need to
say. You can say rough ballpark
if you want to, but you have to be flexing hard. All you need to say is we'll put this amount into the joint account for the things we need to do.
Yeah.
And that's it. The rest keep to yourself.
It's a discussion.
Because this is the key. When those conversations start happening, if your woman's a high earner, bro, once she finds out you earn less, you finished.
That's true. The frame will shift very quickly. And she'll start
I think she will find out. If she's
a high
she will know. She will know if you're broke or not. Your habits will
no.
Your habits will give you away, bro. If I'm seeing instead of Cocoa Pops,
that means she's always busy.
Instead of Cocoa Pops, if I'm seeing like Bobo Rocks or something, then come on.
Yeah, but this is where you have to use
Tesco value.
Again, this is where you have to use your 2023 hindsight in check, you know what I mean? Because you know what the agenda is, so you can use it to your advantage, Yeah. So you can say, look, if you want to buy something expensive, or you don't approve of a purchase, just say, you can buy it. Use your money, it's 2023, equal rights.
Oh, you're saying
joke about it, but yeah, you can buy yourself.
This guy's like, I'm not funding your expensive lifestyle. You can fund it yourself.
No.
Are you sure? You sure that's what you're saying?
I told this story about this person who was trying to pursue me here, and I rejected them because of the level of lifestyle they were trying to live, and I was seeing on
you wouldn't be able to fund it. You would not.
Not the lifestyle I'm trying to fund, and I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to fund all this Gucci, Louis, I live a nice lifestyle. I'm not trying to waste money on that type of shit. Bro, are you kidding me? Every time a birthday comes in, I have to big it up and next Gucci, next Louis things. Oh, fuck that shit. Pandora bracelets. Oh, no.
Considered high maintenance, right?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah. It would be high maintenance. At this current point, it would be that. Especially when you're trying to save, get on your grind, you're trying to save for other things as well. You have other goals, other financial goals. This will just siphon away from that and make you get there 10 years later as opposed to 2 years if you just sat down and focused. Yeah.
Fact. I'm going to go cycle. I'm going to listen to that. Is it?
Yes. This is
Valuetainment. Valuetainment's live, guys. So if you want to go check that out, because Mr. Justin Waller is on there right now.
Jay Waller is a legend as well. He's a good role. He's a good role model. He's a good role model too.
He's a good role model.
Yep. He's a great role model.
Legitimate business.
Jay Waller's calm. I like Jay Waller. He's great. I like him. Ryan made a good point. My husband, who I respect and love, is in full control of our finances. However, I get to buy whatever I want. My husband has never uttered the word no. See the no. That's it. That's the one. That's what you want to do. Whatever you want to buy, you want to get to that point.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, that's calm. That's
exactly because he's managing everything, and he's managing everything, and she's considerate. There's solid communication. There's no deception. I don't believe in deception. Just that person has to be on your program. If she's not on your program, then it's going to be stressed.
Forget about that one.
Get someone different. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan. Vincent says your ends must be cold. This island pop, bro. It reached like -3 Celsius.
These island things.
Now it's -1. I mean 1 right now, so it's cool.
Jesus.
Wait a minute.
Fair enough.
I'm thinking. Yeah, I have gym today. I thought I didn't book it.
You do, bro. You do. You said, bro, listen, you're not going to tell me you got gym and then not go. This guy, no. You have to go.
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable behavior.
It's because I didn't think I have to book a slot. I only have 1 hour and 15 minutes on the slot. So I didn't know if I booked
a slot.
It's good.
That's crazy. Man is doing the craziest hit workout he's ever done.
It's sad I have.
Wait, so you got to do like what? Like
I don't have time to
1 hour 15. You can't even warm up. What?
Yeah, that's what I have. Like once I have to be there back on the door, else I'll miss out.
What is that? Your gym kit?
No, I'm gonna change there.
I thought man was working on the flannel shirt.
I'm gonna change there.
I'm like, you change at the gym. Why don't you just wear your gym shit and then wear like a hoodie and sweats and then just.
Bro, he does not want to let the people know.
I usually do that, but it's really cold down here.
Fair.
All right, man. Sure.
Like I did, like a week ago, I just wore gym clothes like I usually do, but man, I was dying in the cold.
It was freezing, isn't it?
Just saying.
But it's good for you guys. It was
freezing.
Good for you.
I wear 3 layers.
It's good for you. It's like imagine you take an ice bath.
I like it.
Even just in the morning, taking an ice bath is good.
It's a 20-minute walk to the gym, which is fine.
Oh, that's perfect. It's perfect.
That's calm.
I don't need to explain the whole thing. I
don't
mind.
If you jogged it, you'll be fine. If you jogged it, you'll be fine.
Trust me, I've done everything.
Do you walk it?
I usually wear my gym clothes, but the last 2 weeks I don't.
You should jog it. If you jogged it, you'll be fine.
Listening. This guy doesn't
jog it.
You should
listen. You should jog it.
I was like, these guys are talking past each other.
We'll get you going. That's what you need. Jog it.
I like dressing up anyway, so I'm not stressed.
Bro, when I'm coming in the gym.
I have to look.
Now listen, your gym. I'm telling you, your gym attire has to be on point.
He's got a gym thing. I know it. Wearing the glasses and thing. Are you mad? He's wearing the glasses, man. He's taking the glasses to the gym. Are you mad? Why?
Actually, I'm not.
Of course, he's got the thing at the gym, man. He's going and gonna walk in, eye everyone up. Give her a wink, go back, change, and then
all right, guys, I have to head off now.
Yeah, we do. No, don't worry. We all go.
Chat.
I got gym in the morning. So
Raya, Vincent, King Life.
Yo, King Life.
Who watches pre-recorded?
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in. This was fun.
We appreciate it.
Guys,
this was
what are you getting up to the rest of the week? Are you gonna keep check on Tate? If he's gonna be alive at the end of the week?
He'll listen. I'm like Festify is the guy, man. Festify is the guy. Man, like Festify. Yeah, but no. I'll keep up to date with Tate. I'm watching a lot of this guy called Common Ground Talks.
Came too late.
Or Common Ground Conversations. He's pretty good.
Oh, he's hilarious. The Aussie,
the Aussie guy. No, listen to me.
Yeah.
Men on average stronger than women.
He's so I like his delivery though.
No, he's good. He's good. I like him.
That guy would do well having a podcast.
Yeah, he would do so good because
more than the whatever.
When he asks
guy.
questions.
What's the name of the whatever guy? What's the name of
what's his name? What the Change My Mind?
I think Ben or something.
Wait, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, that guy. Oh, that guy frustrates me, man.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna talk about that.
I don't actually. You get used to it. You get used to it.
Oh, you get used to it? I listened to 20 minutes. I was done.
Yeah, because you see what the positives in how he approaches things. You can see it, but on his own, like he needs someone who's
there's no agency,
like energy wise.
He's likable. Yeah. He's likable.
You know the thing about it that's not very that like defeats it for me is there's no agency in what he does. It's almost like he lets it flow for a bit.
Right.
Yeah, it feels like there's no like concrete, like there's no gotcha moment, or there's no like, you know what I mean? It's always just like a flow, especially like a conversation. There's no conflict.
I hear that.
There's no journey.
And then sometimes I hear him like when they ask him a question and he's like, he's just like just out of breath. I'm like, bro, you tried. I'll be like, you tried.
Yeah, you gave it some.
That's it for you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I gotta head off now. You can close.
No
off.
Worries. We're all disappearing.
Deuces. Ario hit the gym. I
think he is. You know, is he? Well, we want evidence anyway.
He's in here.
Everyone in our group, man, should be hitting gym for sure. Just let you know, guys. Yeah, Go Ario is also part of the squad. This dude is in Manchester. Yeah, we're not letting him go. He has to hit the gym. If he doesn't come back to London with gains, he's out the squad. He's out the squad. Done. But now, real talk, guys. We're gonna take care, and we're gonna disappear so that we can get back to it. It's been lit. This is Not Your Average Joes, Mystic Moose and King, and the late Duke, who's just disappeared to go do what he needs to do.
As I always say, guys,
go on.
Spread love, not Warcraft.
Oh, I thought you were going to say spread cheeks. I was like, no. No.
You are demonic. You are so demonic. What? You.
This guy was like, no, listen, guys. It's the way he said. He paused for it. You know. Okay, yeah, it's fine. Never mind. But no, much love to everyone who was involved. Raya, much love for you too. I've been working out 5 to 6 days. Wait, real quick. I've been working out 5 to 6 days. Weight training and boxing. I'm on boxing. Yes. Right, we're gonna spar soon. I got the gloves for you right here. I'm ready when you are. Let's go. Anywho's, I'll catch you guys in a bit. Peace out.
Peace.
King, in a bit, bro. Take it easy.